Are you feeling overwhelmed by the obstacles in your life? Like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to get ahead? You're not alone. We've all faced moments when it feels like the world is working against us, and the struggles seem unending. But what if I told you that there's a way to turn this around? What if there's a path forward that not only gets you through these tough times, but empowers you to rise above them and achieve the success you deserve? This is where it begins understanding the hidden factors at play in our lives. Things we might not even realize are influencing our experiences, especially when it comes to relationships, career, and personal growth. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that isn't just about self-improvement. It's about uncovering the things you might not even be aware of, but that make all the difference in how you present yourself, how you're perceived, and ultimately, how you move forward in life. Today, we're talking about the 7 things men have no idea women notice about them. But don't get it twisted, this isn't just for men. And it's not only about relationships, the way we are perceived, the way we present ourselves. These things affect every area of our lives, from our professional interactions to how we handle personal challenges. Everything hinges on how we communicate and what we're letting the world see. Even when we don't realize it, you might be wondering, why focus on this? Well, here's the thing. Awareness is power. When we understand the subtle signals we're sending, we can take control of the narrative. We can shift how we show up in the world and, in turn, start changing the course of our lives. The tips I'm about to share will not only help you be more aware of your interactions with others, but will also equip you to navigate life with more confidence, clarity, and purpose. The journey begins with small insights that lead to big changes. So stick with me, we've got a lot to cover. And each point will empower you in ways you didn't even expect. You may think some of these things are minor things that don't really matter, but the truth is, it's these subtle details that make the biggest difference. So let's start this journey together and see how even the smallest shifts in how we present ourselves can lead to massive personal growth. Trust me, you're capable of achieving incredible things. And understanding these hidden keys will be a game changer. Let's talk about what happens when we ignore these things, when we don't pay attention to how we're coming across, to how we're interacting with the world. We risk not only missing out on opportunities, but also unknowingly pushing people away. Whether it's in the workplace, in our personal relationships, or even in the way we approach our goals, ignoring these details can hold us back. You might not see the immediate effects, but over time, they add up, and you start to wonder why things aren't moving forward as you hoped. This is why awareness and adjustment are crucial. If you've ever felt stuck or frustrated in your personal or professional life, it could be because you're overlooking some simple but powerful cues. Maybe you've been trying too hard to impress someone or to gain approval, and in doing so, you've been unintentionally sabotaging your own success. Or perhaps you've been unaware of how your body language, words, or actions are being interpreted by others. In the competitive world we live in, these small things can make or break your success, both personally and professionally. But here's the silver lining. The good news is that awareness is the first step toward change. You're already on the right path by simply being here and being open to the possibility that you can make changes. You can shift your mindset, alter your approach, and start seeing the world in a whole new light. Let's break it down into clear, actionable steps that will help you improve not just your relationship with others, but your own sense of self-worth and confidence. Because once you recognize these hidden signals, you can begin making changes that will transform the way you show up in the world. The first step to transforming your life is understanding the importance of self-awareness. So many people go through life without truly understanding how they're perceived by others. They don't realize the power they have to influence those around them simply by being mindful of how they interact, how they speak, and how they carry themselves. This is your first shift. Start paying attention to what others are picking up from you, even when you think they're not looking. This starts with understanding your body language, your posture, your eye contact, your facial expressions. These are all things that people notice even before you say a word. Women, in particular, are adept at picking up on these subtle cues. They can often tell a lot about your confidence, intentions, and emotional state just by the way you hold yourself. So, pay attention, stand tall, make eye contact, and be mindful of your energy. How you show up physically will directly impact how others perceive you, and more importantly, how you feel about yourself. Next, let's talk about your words. It's easy to fall into the trap of using filler words or speaking in a way that lacks conviction. Women, just like everyone else, can sense when someone is not fully invested in their words, when their speech feels shallow or uncertain. So, be mindful of what you're saying and how you say it. Speak with intention. When you communicate with confidence and clarity, not only do you come across as more trustworthy, but you also make others more likely to take you seriously. And when you take yourself seriously, that's when the real transformation begins. But it's not just about what you say, it's about how you listen. The art of listening can never be overstated. Women notice when you're truly present, when you're actively engaging in the conversation and not just waiting for your turn to speak. Listening shows that you value the other person, that you respect their thoughts and opinions. In your personal life, this builds connection. In your professional life, establishes trust and shows leadership qualities. Now, let's shift gears for a moment. Often, men underestimate the importance of emotional intelligence in both personal and professional settings. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that showing vulnerability or acknowledging emotions is a weakness. But it's not. It's a strength. Women notice when you're in tune with your emotions and when you take the time to reflect on how you feel. They also notice when you avoid dealing with your emotions or pretend that everything is fine when it's clearly not. Emotional intelligence isn't just about being sensitive. It's about being aware of your feelings, understanding how they influence your actions, and being able to communicate them effectively. Next, let's talk about consistency in relationships and in life. Nothing matters more than consistency, whether it's how you show up for your friends, your family, or in your career. Consistency is key. Women, especially, can tell when someone is inconsistent when they say one thing but do another. It creates doubt, confusion, and instability. If you want to build trust and maintain meaningful connections, you need to show up consistently. This doesn't mean being perfect all the time, but means being reliable, dependable, and true to your word. Finally, let's talk about your ambitions and goals. Women notice when you have a clear sense of purpose, when you know where you're headed and you're actively working toward your goals. It's not just about having big dreams. It's about having the discipline to take the necessary steps toward achieving them. When you have clear direction in life, you radiate confidence, you attract opportunities, and you inspire others to do the same. When you start implementing these changes, being aware of your body language, improving your communication, embracing emotional intelligence, being consistent, and pursuing your goals with passion, the world around you will start to shift. You'll feel more confident, you'll attract more opportunities, and you'll develop stronger, more meaningful relationships. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it, this won't be easy. There will be obstacles along the way, and there will be moments when you feel like giving up. You'll face self-doubt, external pressures, and times when progress feels slow. But this is where you need to dig deep. This is where you need to remind yourself that the work you're putting in is worth it. Remember that the most successful people in life didn't get there by avoiding challenges, they faced them head on. They stumbled, they fell, but they got back up, and they kept going. You can do the same. When the road gets tough, remind yourself of your vision. Stay focused on your goals, and don't let anything shake your resolve. You are capable of incredible things, and you have everything you need to succeed as you continue to implement these changes and shift your mindset. Don't forget to celebrate your progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Each time you show up with more confidence, each time you engage in a conversation with intention, each time you push through a challenge, these are the moments that are shaping you into the person you're meant to be. And let's not forget, this journey doesn't end here. Personal growth is ongoing. It's a lifelong process of learning, adapting, and becoming the best version of yourself. So, as you continue on your path, don't be afraid to seek out new opportunities for growth. Take risks, challenge yourself, and continue evolving. It begins by acknowledging the reader's initial step, simply being present and engaged in the moment. Signified by reading these words, it subtly encourages the reader to recognize the importance of that moment of awareness as the starting point of a larger journey. The key message is that change and transformation don't need to begin with drastic actions, but with simple, intentional steps. The first step the text suggests is to make one change today, which is a practical and manageable approach to avoid feeling overwhelmed by the prospect of large, long-term changes. The advice encourages the reader to start small, but to start right away. The suggested actions are all rooted in mindfulness and self-awareness. The text emphasizes the importance of body language, which is a powerful tool for communication and self-expression. By paying attention to how we present ourselves physically, we can shift how we feel and how we are perceived by others. This is an invitation to be more conscious of how our body responds to situations, which can influence our confidence and interactions. Next, it encourages speaking with intention. This means being deliberate in our words, ensuring that what we say aligns with our values and goals. Speaking with intention is an act of clarity, ensuring that every conversation is purposeful rather than drifting aimlessly. The advice also includes listening actively. This doesn't just mean hearing the words others are saying, but being fully engaged and present in the conversation. Active listening shows respect for others, fosters connection, and can help in gaining deeper insights or understanding, which can be transformative in relationships and personal growth. Lastly, the text pushes the reader to do something that pushes them forward, implying the importance of stepping outside of one's comfort zone. This could mean taking a risk, trying something new, or challenging an old habit or belief. It's a call to take actionable steps that will move the individual closer to their desired transformation. The final sentiment is one of gradual progress. It reassures the reader that by taking these small steps, they will eventually find themselves on the path to the transformation they've been waiting for. It suggests that transformation is not a sudden, large leap, but a series of smaller, intentional actions that accumulate over time. This kind of mindset shift fosters a sense of patience and persistence in the pursuit of change. In summary, this text is a motivational call to action, focusing on practical, mindful actions that can lead to significant personal transformation. It emphasizes that even small shifts in behavior, like paying attention to body language, speaking with intention, listening actively, and pushing forward, can collectively create meaningful and lasting change. Let's break it down. The journey may not always be easy, but I promise you it will be worth it. This opening line acknowledges that the road to success or personal growth can be challenging and filled with obstacles. It offers a sense of reassurance that despite the struggles, the effort will pay off in the end. The promise here acts as a reminder that the rewards of pushing through difficult times are worth the hardship. You are capable of more than you know. This part emphasizes the untapped potential within the individual. Often, people underestimate themselves, especially when faced with challenges or self-doubt. This sentence serves as a reminder that people are stronger, more skilled, and more resilient than they realize. It's an affirmation of self-worth and capability. And the best part? The power to create change is in your hands. Starting right now, here, the text highlights personal agency. It's not just about enduring the journey, but also about realizing that the individual holds the key to transformation. The idea that change starts in the present moment is powerful because it implies that the individual has control over their future. And they don't need to wait for the perfect time to start making changes in their life. Let's do this. This closing line serves as an encouragement to take action, offering a sense of camaraderie and support. It's an inclusive, motivating statement that implies you're not alone in the journey and that there's shared energy in moving forward. It's a call to action and a rallying cry to take the first step. Overall, this text speaks to both emotional and practical elements of growth. It acknowledges the struggles, affirms the person's ability to overcome them, and empowers them to take charge of their own destiny. The idea is to foster both hope and action, reminding the reader that the journey may be tough, but it's possible to make a meaningful change, starting with the choices they make today.